We actually have one of our first audience questions coming in here. It's a pretty good one. Looney Tunes characters have such iconic voices.
How do the composers approach creating sounds to fit those voices and characters without feeling drowned out or vice versa, drowning them out?
Pete?
Good question. We do have certain themes. We've created certain themes once in a while for different characters that sort of come back and we reuse. That sort of feel like the vibe of the character. Like I know Carl uses a banjo for Daffy a lot of time, kind of a strummy thing. And then I know Josh was sort of with Tweety Bird, sort of fell into that sing a song of sixpence sort of music and stuff. So certain things that we put there to help identify, to feel sort of familiar with the character.
Yeah. Josh?
Well, the first thing I think about when you mention that is that when you're specifically dealing with dialogue, Carl Stalling does this brilliant thing where the instrument, like a solo instrument, will basically pantomime the shape of Mel Blanc's dialogue. And so I do that with your dialogue, Eric. I'll hear how you're phrasing something and I'll try to create a musical analog, but it's on a solo instrument, so it's not overbearing. It might just be a flute. It might be a violin, depending on the emotional arc of what's happening. And that can be a great way to feel like it's not like the music's ended and they're talking and then the music comes back, but we're unifying it. And it's a tradition that it's really neat to see you come back on this show.
And Carl, your opinion on this, because, it's like you watch a Looney Tunes cartoon and it's either in the background or there's so many special moments in these shorts where it's just accenting what the character's doing.
Yeah, it's really a matter of complementing what's already on the track, like with the vocals. And you try to get the character of the character and, visually what they're trying to get across with how the character behaves, and how can you get that musically to complement it. It's also tricky sometimes trying to stay out of the sort of the sound register of the voice. If it's a very high rangy one or a low rangy one, trying to pick an instrument that's not going to conflict with it, and all the while trying to keep the orchestration shifting and interesting and not static. So it's a little tricky.
I've never been important enough to have my own soundtrack before, so thanks. I really appreciate you guys.